Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Infection Free Zone, episode 21. Since playing last, there has been an update to the game. There's a couple new features that are included. One, greenhouses. The last research now, we're going to immediately get on with that one. We have more materials than I think we had before, though obviously with not needing it, as all the research was done, it was slowly stockpiling for us. But there's one. So now you can grow things yourself. And I think the greenhouses, I don't believe it's about food. I think it might be about trees, so that you can still get wood in late game stages once you've cleared your immediate area and have nothing left. Speaking of nothing left, brick is still low, but everything else is doing okay now. That's what we're still keeping an eye on in that department. The other new feature, the other key new feature that has been added to the game is we now have gear. We now have some sort of armor for our squads. I still need to play with this a little bit more and figure out how the heck am I supposed to get that, because there's no new buildings. We don't have anything that we didn't already have besides the greenhouse. Maybe a tool factory? There's nothing in the arms factory. Yeah, it might be in the tool factory. And nothing in the chemical plant. I know I have a tool factory somewhere. I must. There's a tool factory and nothing. Just tools in the factory. Makes me wonder if nothing is craftable for this at the moment, and that it's a loot item. Very well could be. I'm gonna have to go with the assumption that that is what it is, and we'll see what happens with our two squads that have been out searching. Are they out searching now? No, they are back at base, so I should probably get them out about 5:14 in the morning, so it's nearly morning time. Third new feature of the game. I heard it was coming. I didn't realize it was coming in this update, and that is children. We now have children aboard when moods are high enough and there is enough food and shelter. The oldest children will reach adulthood in 13 days. So essentially, they go through a year in each month, right? A day is a month. Equates to a year in game, something along those lines. I mean, obviously adulthood's supposed to be 18, but let's be real. In the apocalypse, the adulthood very well would be a 13-year-old. You would have a bunch of Judys before long, and Carls. Okay, well, we have 599 total citizens, but we do have 61 homeless. But that is something we are addressing with two new houses on the way. We'll see out these new features a little bit, but I do have a feeling that there's going to be a big change in pace here real quick. But let's pull off our guards, let's get our builders, let's get our scavengers, let's get our food prep and farming maxed out. Things got reworked a little bit, I see. There. We should also get our squads redistributed, and in the case of some of them, get them healthy. Now that I have like 600 people, I was getting to the point where things are starting to lag in the game a little bit, but it seems like it's more so with the new update than what it was. Really struggling to run now. It's not what it was like. Alright, food. We took a huge hit on food, but we have so much grain. So much. Let's pull out a few scavengers. Say 8. There we go. With those towers occupied, we were able to take them out quickly and easily. The squad that was walking towards them. How much damage did we take? A little. Nothing too severe. I'd like to switch these guys to the pump shotguns, though. The greenhouse is a standalone building, so we're going to put our first one in and see what happens with that. Two new houses done. What does that do for us now? We're down to 11 homeless, so we do still have some. It's nearly taken care of. By the way, the mood is just satisfied. It's only a -1%, but yeah, it looks like we need to take care of this last bit of homelessness. So we'll throw in a couple actually proper houses, I think, at this point, instead of shelters. Early in the next night, it looks like we have a dog horde that is coming in on the northwest side. I only have a single squad located there at the moment, and it's going to take us a little bit to get them some help and support. This is one of those ones that could get ugly fast. And we might have to divert squads to other locations. I'm guessing the walls are going to go down a bit too soon. Like, from where you're at, why don't you take this position? Oh, there was two of them. I guess we're going to let the one... There is a wall section down. Is that squad going to make it? You guys go here instead. There we go. Just making it. These guys do not need to go that far, but I need them somewhere. It looks like we're going to be okay with this squad, though. It is getting taken care of relatively quick. Let's...
We're on the move. Going there.
We are okay. This group is going to need to go heal.
Let's do it.
And we only lost a couple wall sections. Following a big update, I think it's worth my time to go ahead and check on the availability of our two broken quests.
Spotted. Raiders spotted. Infected inside.
There's infected inside, and there's more coming.
We're under attack.
Alright, meanwhile, we're ready to get back to business here. Pull off the guards, get the builders, get the scavengers. May need to send some support. Especially with a enemy squad out there, and these guys already...
Ready for action.
Yep, looks like they spotted us. They're coming.
We're on the move.
There we go. Okay, they've already been dealt with. But here we are with
Operator.
the event and nothing happening. And again, nothing happening with our others, so...
Operator, on my way.
Did not fix the broken quests. Our homelessness has dropped to 0, and we now have 600 citizens, that 600th being our first child. With the walls now finally complete, we are going to be focusing internally a little bit. We're going to be focusing on gathering brick, iron for a little bit, so that we can then, at some stage, make our other addition, right? Bring in that additional area and incorporate, what is that? Zone 6, right? We've got zones 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So yes, zone 6 we will get incorporated at some point, but it's massive. It's larger than what we had for zone 5 with that wall, and I also want to make sure that we have the double walls here in the north and south, as well as we do, you know, on this kind of southwest side. So I think before I even extend out into that new area, I'm going to start by extending a double wall from about here over, and from up here and around, before we then take that wall all the way around the perimeter. But we've had a quiet December day. No horde. That's different. I'm also discovering there's a new feature here. You can see our wall, how it has a chunk out of it. Now we see the condition of the wall. So I can actually do repairs based on a visual assessment of what walls are in the worst shape. That's going to be a handy tool long term. While not what I wanted. While I further extend our space here. Lost a squad member without any good reason. There's only 2 of them, and both groups go by.
Ready for action.
And now this one doesn't even seem to...
Raiders are coming. Get ready.
There, they took them out at least. But yeah, that was ridiculous. Another squad, and there's only 3 members left of this one, so I'm going to have to replace. And my second chance to go support that group there. Just took out an enemy squad down here as well. I think I might need to add another gate down on this side. There are buildings there though. got kind of a clearing, I suppose, right through here. Additional gates, certainly inside, are an important thing. I think I might need an extra gate, like somewhere about here, to connect up inside. Having the extra layer is nice, but that's not the end-all be-all. And we don't want to tear it down, but we want to be able to navigate the interior a little bit easier. We have 2 gates on the east side is all. We have one on the south and one on the northwest, but nothing really on the north. Nothing really in this kind of immediate west area. Maybe here, because that would connect up into kind of both areas. I do have the one that was there. That doesn't get used at all anymore, except for as a defensive point. And no, the greenhouse is not for wood. It looks like it is all about farming. And I would say that it's probably a more... It just stops the temperature decrease in efficiency during the winter. The production is the same. Okay, so I see what you've got here with the greenhouse. It's another farm. But it's a farm where you're controlling temperatures. Problem at the moment is presumably a bug, as I already have fertilization techniques researched, but right now it won't let me select that option, which it's the same as what you get one way or the other. And for the moment it appears that the gear is being prepared for an addition. The slot is there, but the means to do anything with it is not yet in the game. 2 enemy squads coming in, but fortunately I'm well placed on my squads to keep them at bay. And again, a 3rd squad. Same scenario. It's actually quite a bit of things to go pick up from here. I don't know how we took damage from, I guess, the previous ones. I'm gonna have to go get them healed up. Looks like I could use some repairs to this warehouse. Let's get that taken care of. Do have some additional wall sections that I probably want to get repaired as soon as possible. Alright, we've really boosted the mood with all those new houses. Not only do we have enough houses now, you can see we suddenly went from 1 to 3 children, boosting that overall population there just a bit. All of our building projects just finished, so everybody is scavenging for the time being, and that's okay. I do need to, probably on our next day, as we just entered night, go find these wall sections that are pretty beat up, or find the towers that are pretty beat up, and focus on some repairs for a little bit, and then accumulating resources, which we've already made some rapid progress into. Brick is gone from 100 to 370. And in the meantime, I've trying to expand that perimeter space that I have out here. We got that warehouse repaired very quickly. There we go. Our horde is spotted coming in to the west.
Ready for action.
So we need to bring in attention and support down here. Of course, this is not where I have a warehouse, so this is a little bit on the worrying side on how well I can get support in there. Alpha took down one wall section quite quickly. Support is limited so far. Set that one wall section for repair. Luckily, we got a moment before the rest of this wave has come in. Let's get these guys a little bit closer. Let's get these guys same place, the weather station. Oh, these two just arrived as well. The guy can get them over here to support.
Let's do it.
These guys are going to need a replacement as we lost that one squad member, but let's not worry about that right now. Somebody's already out of ammo. Gosh. Ran through that fast. I hate that the nearest warehouse is back here. I need to take this house and repurpose it as a warehouse. Okay, we've got some more wall sections, but only outer wall. There, they just now got in. The very end of the group has broken inside, but there we go. That's because everybody else ran out of ammo.
Waiting orders.
Yeah. Send everybody back out to their spaces since it's clear.
Ready for action. We're on
And
the
they'll
move.
get ammo when they're going where they're going. Looks like we've got one more remnant of the group coming in. Love that we only lost a few wall sections though. Towers will take care of this one just fine.
No ammo!
So it turns out that the armor has been implemented and we are starting to get some as we go through and search. So our first couple of items have been found while out searching. There's no way to produce it right now, but it is something you can find while out in the wilderness.
Grab your guns! The infected are swarming!
Early enough in the night, this swarm should arrive before the end of the night. We are spread out.
Horde, spotted! Get around here.
Coming in on the southwest again. Which, of course, is not a good zone for that. Especially when only 2 out of those 3 wall sections were finished yesterday. One repair section is still
Ready for action.
in the act
We're on the move. Reporter.
of getting
On my way.
repaired.
Hold much longer.
Guessing, yes, that group is already low on ammo. Why would they go to the car? No.
Roger. There are some infected around here.
Morning, everybody. Time to earn your
Oh. And it's morning. Okay. We might do some day hunting here.
Roger. Operator. Let's do it. Ready for action. Going there. Operator. On my way. Receiving. Let's do it. Receiving. Going there. Danger close.
This is Chief Operator of the Safe Zone.
Let's
Under
do it.
attack.
Receiving. Going there.
We're under
Operator, on
attack.
my way. Operator, we're on the move.
There was a lot left of this horde, so as we're starting the next night, the attack is incoming.
They're trying to get inside.
There's a whole lot more of this horde left, a lot more than I expected there to be, and our 4 squads are out of ammo. So it's down to the towers to deal with them, which means we're losing tower sections once again. But we are able to eventually fend them off with these same 2 wall sections going down once again. We also have an additional 3rd section right there, and others that certainly took some damage. So over the course of this episode, our food situation has improved dramatically. In every facet, we have plenty of food now to feed everyone. We have plenty of ammo, which was a real problem there for a little while. We have plenty of weapons, and I've just started production of sniper rifles. We're not going to need pistols at all here before too long. I've already started switching a lot of towers over. Sometimes the game's a little weird about it. You tell it to switch, and it could be days before the switch actually happens. So trying to switch them all at once is not recommended. Fuel is getting better, finally. We use fuel. I've got 2 squads that are going out constantly, and they use a good amount of fuel. They travel a long distance to do it, and they're in gas-guzzling vehicles that have plenty of storage space. But we are now, I made 1 more fuel factory, and that was finally enough to start making a definite positive balance. It's not happening rapidly, but it's the most fuel we've had in ages. As for the construction materials, the wood, it's dwindling a little bit. We're going to need to get back out there. Also, the metal has dwindled by a good 100, so both of those are coming down, but the brick that was down to 100 is nearly at 1200, so plus 1,000, just over 1,000. And fertilizer is slowly decreasing. It's down about 20 during this episode, down to 319, so I will need to start producing fertilizer as a production facility to stabilize that one so it doesn't drop. But otherwise, everything is going really well right now. The repairs, outside of the wall sections that we just lost to the swarm last night, and some of those have already been repaired anyway, but outside of that, the whole rest of the base is just about where we want it to be. I did the walls, and I might have I keep picking out one or two wall sections here and there that have taken some damage that I hadn't noticed, and I'll go through and resolve that. But for the most part, the walls are repaired. Now I'm working on the towers for that exact thing, and day by day, that situation is getting better. So our defenses are looking strong. I have room for a couple more squads as it is right now, and I'm looking forward to dealing with that in the short term. But we've got a high efficiency for our work rate right now. Building these houses has been fantastic because we finally have everybody housed and now happy, mostly. And I think we can definitely put in more regular houses. So this neighborhood, it needs to be converted into regular houses to get people out of just the shelter situations. And that will make them more efficient. That'll make more children popping in. And, that's an area that's already, we've got the 3 children, and it's 5 days till they're going to be reaching adulthood. But as we already noted, it's a 13-month process. It takes just over a year for them to reach adulthood, and the way things go, I suppose that works on the timetable. I think it would be much too long to actually have to wait the number of years involved. I mean, we're talking about 137 months. It's 2040. We've gone like 16 years. We would really just now be getting those first adults, so there has to be some sort of cycle for that. We do a day by day, which is actually a month by month, which is actually a year by year in that life cycle. I think that makes sense, but at the same time, if we're doing that, there should be an old age factor, and we should be losing the occasional citizen to old age. I think they might roll that in, add that in at some point as well. But that is going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.